All right, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to another great episode on your favorite political talk show, The Truth with Ben Jokes. Now, the slogan of this administration amidst this untold hardship has been that Nigerians should endure. The people have been asked to endure, but politicians are living in affluence. We are being made to buy petrol for almost 5 times the amount we used to buy it, because this regime claims government does not have money to keep the price at 195 naira per litre. But government officials still got 160 million naira worth of SUVs. And few hours ago, the Nigerian media space caught fire when the reports of 2 expenditures popped up in the media. Of all the reports of expenditure I have seen under the TINUBU administration, these 2 are the worst so far. Last week, the Finance Office revealed that TINUBU and Shettima spent over 10 billion naira so far in all their journeys. This is an outrageous sum, but at least they can explain that by saying that their offices, the offices they occupy, gulped that amount of money. But to the shock of Nigerians, the Finance Office released the amount spent on REMI TINUBU's visits to just 3 countries. And the floor shook. Hardly had we recovered from that when reports surfaced on the amount the administration spent in one day to change tires of vehicles, and Nigerians went crazy. Before I show you details of these updates and how Nigerians reacted, let me quickly show you this video. You know what is happening in Kenya. The whole place is shut down. The people have occupied the parliament and all the politicians are on the run. And just as all that is happening, Senate President AKPABIO came out to defend himself that he never said buying jets for TINUBU and Shettima was necessary, whether Nigerians are hungry or not. And Nigerians are like, Akpabio, are you afraid that what is happening in Kenya may happen in Nigeria soon? See the video.
For the president and the vice, irrespective of the fact that Nigerians are hungry or whatever. I never said that. I was actually in Tanzania, in Zanzibar. So this is the handiwork of propagandists and people who never see and feed columnists who never see.
You heard that. This is the first time I would hear Akpabio deny saying anything. If you know Akpabio well, you would know he is very capable of saying that. But believe me, what is happening in Kenya is more than enough to scare any corrupt politician in Africa. The president of Kenya, William Ruto, has succumbed to pressure and he has cancelled the finance bill that led to the protest. That tells you the power of the people. He is now begging for his position as president because some people are saying they will occupy the state house tomorrow and chase him out of there. Power belongs to the people. Kenya, that is just 54 million people, and not up to 1 million people came out. And the president is already scared of losing his seat. How much more Nigeria with over 200 million people? Our redemption is in our own hands. Point blank, period. Now, let us look at those updates on shocking expenditures by the TINUBU administration. Let us start from the money that was spent on changing State House tires. Look at how the papers reported it. State House spent 244 million naira on tires in one day, despite hardship under TINUBU government. The Bola Tinubu-led administration through the State House in Abuja has made 244,654,350 naira for the supply of bulletproof tires, according to data sourced from GovSpend, a portal that tracks government expenditure. These payments totaling up to the amount were made in one day. Documents sourced from the portal showed that the sum of 200,583,390, 38,070,000, and 6,960,000 were respectively paid for these items on May 21, 2024, just few days before the 1-year anniversary of TINUBU. These developments on expenditure come amid economic hardship and fund paucity in the country. According to Daily Trust, the documents reveal that 2 separate payments were made for the purchase and supply of tires for bulletproof vehicles and another 5 armored bulletproof tires to Obi Wealth Enterprises Nigeria Limited for the sum of 200,583,390 and 38,070,000. This company is said to be inactive on the CAC portal. Oh, the company probably doesn't even exist. And look at how Nigerians reacted. Look at some of the tweet reactions. This tweet by Lucky Man says, "These are the individuals elected to serve the people's interest. The joke is on Nigerians." And this guy responded, he said, "Who elected them, please?" They snatched it and ran away with it. That is it. And it is the effects we are seeing now. This tweet here says, "This is the worst regime so far. Tinubu is a total failure." And Gbemisola here says, 244 million naira on tires. What type of tires do they buy? Jesu mio. Tinubu and his gangs want to loot this nation finish. So I am telling you, by the time they are done with this nation, I don't even know what the next guy is going to do. And this tweet by CNC says, "Jets, cars, now tires. This one na automobile government we dey. I'm telling you." And Abdurrahim Bello says, "Spent 244 million naira on tires in just a day. And this government will come to address the nation by telling us that we don't have money in Nigeria and start borrowing billions of dollars. I give up all hope in this government." Oh, you had hope. Those are their supporters. Nafiu Muhammad here says, 976 tires at 250k each. Contract sum in one day. How many cars are in the presidency altogether? Make it make sense for me. It doesn't make sense at all. Another supporter. And this tweet by Duro Waye says, "Obviously, their days are numbered. The president goes around the world boasting to be the toughest president Nigeria ever had, able to take difficult decisions that plunge Nigerians into untold hardship, never seen in history, but never able to deliver on difficult promises. Hashtag Kenya. Kenya is coming." That is what Duro Waye is trying to say. I hope Nigerians will be able to deliver Kenya because that is the only way out. Now, on to the next update. This time around, let us look at the amount of money spent on trip to 3 countries by Tinubu's wife, Oluremi Tinubu. Look at how the papers reported it. Tinubu government spent 473 million naira on First Lady's trip to UK, Mozambique, Ethiopia. Reporters. The Nigerian government spent the sum of 473 million naira to sponsor the trips of Oluremi Tinubu to 3 countries, United Kingdom, Mozambique, and Ethiopia. Data from public payments portal GovSpend has shown the Nigerian government spent the sum of 126.295 million to sponsor the trip of Oluremi Tinubu to London, UK. The amount was equivalent of $83,967 in March 2024, meaning the money was exchanged at the rate of 1,504 naira to a dollar. Another sum of 144.571 million naira was spent to sponsor her trip to Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. The trip was made on February 9, 2024. The dollar equivalent of the amount was $96,118. Another sum of 202,386 was spent to sponsor the First Lady's trip to Mozambique in March 2024. The dollar equivalent of the money stood at $126,834. All of these expenditures were recorded on the same day, March 15, 2024, on the GovSpend website. The expenditures come amid concerns on the need to ensure proper management of the country's scarce resources. The Nigerian government has continually lamented inadequate revenue. The organized labor recently demanded an increase in the minimum wage, a development that has continued to trigger disagreements with the government, saying it is unable to pay due to paucity of funds. Reporters recently raised flags on the inability of the country to release budget performance reports under the Tinubu-led administration, a violation of the law and one that denies citizens access to information on what the government is spending money on and how it is spent on a quarterly basis. The government also plans to borrow 6.6 trillion naira to manage budget shortfalls, yet prudence in budget management remains a keen concern. Look at how Nigerians reacted. Look at some of the tweet reactions. This tweet here says, "This is a ridiculous amount of money to spend for an unconstitutional position. Nigerians don't benefit anything from these frivolous trips." And Olayinka Olayiwola says, "Let's hope they are not even using it as opportunity to move goods." You know what he means by goods. He's talking about hard drugs. And North Star says, "It's been a while I saw people write, 'This government will benefit I and my family.' I hope the people that always type that are all right. It's been a while." And Mr. Fowo Shere says, "But she said poor people should endure. All of you that voted these people and refused to help us beg them to loosen our hardship, God will come for you. Una do well, oh." And this tweet by Kunmi Adelokiki says, "Soon there will be nothing left to loot. Nigeria debt stands at 121.67 trillion naira as of March 31, 2024. Yet they are still building a 20 billion house for the VP, buying presidential jets and flying Madam abroad at exorbitant costs. Kenya's protest will be pale in comparison to what is about to unfold here." This tweet here by Emperor Cash says, "Trip to heaven is how much? If you want to go to heaven, how much will you spend? If you have to spend 473 million naira to visit 3 countries. But this is the APC. I don't expect anything less. They will empty the treasury. They will do anything to suit themselves at the expense of Nigerians. If Nigerians are tired of being treated like slaves in their fatherland, they know what to do. Cast your sentiments aside. Come together, unite. Kick these guys out of power and get in people whose hearts beat for the nation. But until then, make I still enter town. Make I go get some ogbonge political news wey una go like. Why? Because of una. Now I dey here. So